Here we go, gentlemen, kicking things off with the Lucas Cubs, the little engine that just never seems to stop. And this guy, too, just a sophomore, and he was a bell cow. 21 carries, over 160 yards, and he was able to get into the end zone on an explosive run that really put the game away. Hayden, you've seen this kid with your own eyes. How impressive was Andrew Fanello?
Man, he was impressive, as you just said. You take a look at that last clip they played right there. He seemed to have really good patience, feeding off of the big shout out to the offensive line. They really do a nice job there. But just reading seeing where the holes are, being patient, and just giving the extra mile to drag those defenders with him. And he's got quite a bit of speed, as you see right there. He can take off. No one's going to catch up to him. And that's the same effort he ran with the entire game. So someone who's just going to be, as we often talk about, a workhorse around here.
How about those Cougars? I mentioned that this kid is a star in the making. His senior year, he's been waiting in the wings for his opportunity, and now that it has arrived, Connor Morris, boy, has this dude stepped up to the occasion. G-Man, tell the folks at home watching what makes this dude so special and so dynamic. He's only 5'9", probably $165, but he's got some wiggle, some shake, and some heart, no doubt.
Yeah, Brian, he runs with a lot of power, man, and it's been a few years for him to be able to get out there and get that starting role in his senior year. I mean, he averages almost 10 yards a carry. We mentioned this multiple times in the broadcast. Every time he touches the ball, it seems as if it's going for a first down, Brian. And on that play right there, I mean, he was in the backfield, stopped, and he made a man miss and got the first down. So Connor Morse, man, shout out to him. He ran a hard game against East Knox, and what a dominating performance for him and his Cougars.
Yeah, got him off to that 3-0 start. He probably has been the biggest reason why he certainly was a standout against the Bulldogs, and a lot of the chatter was that the Dogs had the better unit up front and that they were going to wreak some havoc in the backfield for Crestview, but nah. Thanks to Morris and company, and shout out to the offensive line making those holes that he was able to run through, but he was certainly a dynamic playmaker worthy of making this list this week. Another guy that you saw with your own eyes, G-Man, Hakeem Donaldson, and what can't this dude do? He doesn't even have a position on the field. He truly is just an athlete. Unbelievable how good this kid is in the open field. It takes bare minimum 2-3 guys to take him down.
Yeah, you have got to get the ball in this guy's hands, and we didn't have enough room on the graphic, but he also did complete a pass. But, I mean, what an incredible game for Hakeem Donaldson. Just get him the ball as much as possible, and he will get the yards and get the touchdowns. He had an immaculate punt return touchdown where he made almost every defender, Brian, on the field miss, and just some more of his highlights here with the catches, the runs. I mean, it takes 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders. As here's the punt return, you're going to see multiple defenders, man, try to get at him, but nobody's going to take him down. He runs with a lot of heart and a lot of power and runs behind his pads.
Unbelievable highlight here, and he's been putting these up, just circus type of stuff throughout the entire season, and almost doesn't even look real the way that Hanif is able to spin his way through traffic, bounce off of defenders like a human pinball machine. Unbelievable game for him. And you want to talk about unbelievable games. Holy cow, almost 500 yards passing, 32 completions, and 6 more tutties. Marshall Shepard doing it each and every week. He's the only player so far to make it onto our countdown as a Phenom every week so far of the season. Storm, I know that this is your new BFF. You guys hang out every single Friday night. What makes him so special?
Oh my goodness, just look at the numbers. 400 and almost 75 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness, their team combined had 22 rushing yards. So Marshall Shepard put the team on his back on Friday night, and we came in second place last week. Then Marshall comes out, has an even better week this week. If he doesn't win, I'm going to lose my marbles. I don't even know what else to say. I'm pleading with you, Whippets Nation. Pleading, please get this man a Phenom win. He has had the best numbers, in my humble opinion, every week so far up to week 3. I'm sure he's going to go out and do it again. The dude is just an animal. Get this guy a win.
How about Myles Bradley and what he did too? On minimal touches, he was able to have a career night in the receiving game, $155 through the sky. And oh, by the way, how about 2 tackles for loss? He had 7 tackles overall. He was the best overall player and athlete on the field, according to my dude, Effie James, on this night, going against Canton Hoover on the road. You see the speed, you see the hands, and then here in a second, you're going to see him catch and take it to the house on this pass from Amar Davis. What a special talent Myles Bradley is, and what's most important, I think, is that the Tigers were able to get the win with his leadership as well. He's a senior now. He's the guy that they're relying on. He's got great hair and just overall a stud muffin. He takes on the role that his father has coached him up to be. Big time stuff right there. How about Victor Skoog? 18 of 26, 222, and 4 touchdowns passing for the Clear Fork Colts in a big comeback win against Lexington on the road. And Skoog, what I like about him so much is that he's a dynamic athlete that can do it with his feet. He can do it with his arm. If he gets out into space, you are in trouble, and that's where he's at his best, I think, is when he's going outside of the context of the play and he's just making things happen. So it's always fun to have those kind of guys out there, Hayden, that you just never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates, man. How do you bottle them up?
Yeah, I mean, those dual threats, the unpredictable ones, those are one of the most entertaining to watch. It seems like he can put the ball exactly where he wants it to go. You know, Lexington isn't an easy opponent, but the unpredictableness, I mean, you really like that as a coach. You can't coach that up sometimes. It's just think on the fly and see what you can do to get the team to win.
So Victor Skoog, 29 unanswered points for him in an overtime victory on the road at Lexington, getting his Colts to 2-1. A big reason why he is a nominee. Make sure that you make your vote count. Get him in when you can, folks.